24 of the game's most accomplished champions and emerging superstars joining together as the best of the best from the United States take on the top international players outside of Europe.
Welcome back to the Clubhouse.
It is the Clubhouse. We talk all things golf, and this time we always talk all things President's Cup because it has come around so quickly. It is an amazing start to a big summer of golf here in Australia, and joined in the studio by not only Craig Spence, who's been here all day, but Matt Kaminsky, the man who's putting this wonderful show together. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Cam. It's been a while since I've been in. Since then you've gotten rid of Marco, and here's Craig.
Exactly.
So no, it's been good. We're just a week away starting tomorrow. So I can't believe it's almost there.
I can't believe I'm going to ask this question, Matt, and bring it up, but no Michael Jordan. It's ripped the heart out of me. How's it done the organisers and the whole event?
You know what? Michael called me and he said, just let Cam Luke know that I'm not coming now. I want to personally tell him. So now it was...
Text would have been nice.
It was, it came as a shock, but obviously you got to understand exactly the position that he's in. You look at the labor dispute that's going on in the NBA and him being the majority owner of the Charlotte Bobcats, it's the optics of him coming, and I mean he needs to be there. It's too important for him to come down here and do that, and business comes first. So we completely understand and respect it. And having John Cook now, I think will be a great fit for the team. And he came on the tour when Freddie and Jay Haas both did. So they've been playing together, good mates. And John knows Tiger very well, knows a lot of the other players very well. I think it'll be a real good fit for the U.S. team.
Do you expect it to at all affect ticket sales? I don't think it will. It might affect TV ratings and people watching it, but I think that the people who go out there are there for the golf, and Jordan would have been a bonus.
No, Jordan was a bonus. I feel bad for the Australian community because it would have been his first time down here. He's never been to Australia before, but overall, we've always talked about it. The President's Cup's not about any of the individuals. It's about the team and these guys coming down. I mean, these individuals make up these great teams, and Michael was one part of that. But he wasn't playing. The guys that are out here, they're playing, are the people that are really coming to see. So it does. I'd be lying if I said it didn't affect some things and the perception of some people, because there were people that were talking about coming just because they wanted to catch a glimpse of Michael. But it's the President's Cup's always about the two teams that are playing. So.
Matt, in terms of benefiting the American team, John Cook might actually end up being a positive thing because Jordan brings that leadership and that team unity side. But having Jay Haas and John Cook, a couple of veterans, a couple of really good golf brains,
absolutely,
and they might see Jordan wouldn't have the ability to pick up on maybe a little chipping problem over here or a little putting issue over here, whereas those two guys together, might say the right thing at the right time and might end up being a little bit of more of a help to one of the players that perhaps Jordan wouldn't have been because he doesn't have the golf background.
Yeah, definitely on the golf course, I would say that. I mean, you look at Jay Haas, Fred Couples, John Cook. All three of those guys are in the top 10 of the Charles Schwab Cup standings. They're they're playing strong golf right now. I mean, you look at Freddie, what he won coming off of 6 weeks off, and goes and wins a golf tournament on the Champions Tour. These guys are good. I mean, they're really good players, and I think they'll be able to provide that insight on the golf course more so than anything. I mean, you look at John Cook; he's won 11 times on the PGA Tour. I think it's 8 times on the Champions Tour. He's a solid mind, and I think he'll be definitely an asset to the U.S. team.
And those three guys all have that really good mature heads on their shoulders. Like, they're not too intense. They're kind of, I think they'd be terrific in terms of just being a rock for the players to talk to. Because you can imagine how emotional it gets through the week.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're playing in front, they're representing their countries. They're playing in front of tremendous amounts of people. There's more sort of, they're exposed more than they are normally at an event because they're one of 100 and some guys. This time they're only one of 20 some, and it's just nice to have that rock, those three rocks there to talk to throughout the week.
Absolutely, I would completely agree. It's a shame that Michael's not coming, but I think John's going to bring some different things to the table and really help the U.S. team.
And some excellent news. We just spoke to Mike Clayton. Spence, he played the course during the week, and it is in as bad as good condition as you would expect.
I mean, it's. I think it's looking great. And Adam Scott was actually out there just before you guys came out and played, and he made some comments that it was interesting for him playing the golf course in the new types of grasses. And I'm sure, I don't know, Craig, if you thought that when you were out there, just seeing the Legends Cooch and the different types of grasses that they put on the golf course. But Adam was pretty excited about where it was, and he knows where it will be when it gets into tournament conditions.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable.
Well, one man who's hoping it's going to be unbelievable, and we can't wait to see the man as well, it is Tim Clark. He's going to be here, and he's going to play some pretty good golf, judging by the form he's been in the last couple of years, and he's joined us right now to talk all about it. Tim, welcome to the clubhouse.
Thanks, man.
Hey, Australia, not too far away now. You must be very excited.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trip. Obviously not in a playing role this time. I'll be there as an assistant, so a little different, but definitely looking forward to getting back down there.
Clarky, it's Craig Spence here. How you going, mate?
Good, how are you?
Good. Just for our listeners, I used to live right near Clarky in Scottsdale, Arizona there, and we used to play a bit of golf together, and among other things. But Clarky, I'm really looking forward to seeing you, but I was wondering, you've never, obviously been a player and had to take care of yourself and your own game. This time now you're an assistant. Have you had to do some research and some preparation for the job, for just to sort of get your head around it's going to be totally different to looking after myself? I've got to try and look after other players.
Yeah, I think the good thing with me being there too is I've played with most of these guys. I've been competitive with them the last few years, so I feel like I know their games pretty well, and maybe that will help in setting up some of the teams and the matchups that we're looking for. But, essentially, as golfers, we used to being individuals, and we know what we need to do to get out there and play our best golf. So, every guy's going to get there fully prepared. So, really, it's going to come down to, discussing it through with the guys and figuring out who they're going to feel comfortable playing with and obviously also playing against. Yeah.
Have you been in touch with Greg a lot in terms of talking about what you're going to do when you get down here and who you're going to put with who, and have started to think about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely been thinking about a lot of the matchups, and the players themselves have ideas, so really when the time comes, you'll sit down and have a chat and take in all the advice and what everyone has to say and go from there. I think, in the past, we've probably read too much into matching up styles of play rather than personalities. So, this year I think we're going to look at it a little hard and probably listen to the players themselves a little bit more and see what they think.
So you'll try to match them up a bit more on emotionally, who they like to be around, more so than perhaps playing styles?
Possibly a little bit more of that. I know obviously our international record hasn't been very good, unfortunately, and the last time we did win it happened to be in Australia. So I think there's a lot in that. Getting on turf, it's really going to be kind of like home turf. Most times when they played in Canada and other countries, you don't have that support. So I think being in Australia is going to make a big difference and band the guys together a lot stronger.
Hey Tim, it's Matt Kamensky calling here. I was just wondering. I know you're arriving a little bit early. I think you guys are coming down, arriving on Friday. So do you think you'll get out to the golf course to get a bit of a look-see before Greg and everybody else gets down here, just to give a full report on where the golf course is?
Yeah, possibly we'll go out there. But we've been receiving the agronomy reports constantly. Greg's been in touch with the greenskeepers down there, so he's fully aware of what's going on, and he's obviously very pleased with the progress he's seen down there. So certainly that is one of the things that he's trying to stay on top of, and obviously knowing the course well himself, it's going to help a lot.
I can tell you right now, Craig Spence did play the course during the week, and Mike Clayton just gave it the big thumbs up. He played it as well. It's in unbelievable condition. Obviously, the elbow injury, it is an elbow injury, isn't it, at the moment you have?
Yes, yeah.
How's that all progressing?
Pretty good. I mean, I had surgery a couple of months ago, so I'm sort of halfway through my rehab and recovery, and I'm hoping to be playing early next year sometime. But, right now I'm not swinging a club or anything yet. I'm still building the strength back into the elbow. But the surgery certainly was a success at this point. And, it's just going to be a case of getting the full strength back.
We hear from so many professional athletes all over the world when they're injured. They go stir crazy. They struggle to watch the sport. How do you go sitting on the sidelines or walking up and down the fairways and watching a golf tournament go on without you?
Well, I've certainly done a lot of golf watching at home. I like to watch the tour events from home. I mean, I get so bored I even end up watching the old PGA. So I'll watch anything. I've even watched Aussie rules at times. So things are getting desperate.
Oh, whoa.
Well, hey, Tim, you've had a lot of time to spend with your little boy Jack, though, right? So being off from golf.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, it's how this game is. You're traveling for 34 weeks a year, and you never get time to spend at home. So, unfortunate circumstances to take some time off, but it certainly is nice. And I've tried to make the most of it, and it's obviously going to be tough to get back out and start traveling again. You get used to staying at home now, but yeah, and getting back to watching golf, I think as an assistant, it's probably harder than going out there and playing. I think you invariably get more nervous watching other guys play than when you're out there yourself.
Hey, Tim, the word is Adam Scott's been down here already playing out at Royal Melbourne. Matt, you would have seen him out there, but he's really been outwardly excited about the President's Cup and seems to be taking on a bit of a leadership role for the players almost. Are you impressed, or have you noticed that yourself in how keen he is about the President's Cup this time?
Yeah, I think that's an accurate statement. We've played on 3 together now, and unfortunately, the best result's been a draw. And we're all very competitive, and that's just not fun. And I think it's got to the point now where we're like, come on, we've got to get out there and get a win now, and we've got to put our hearts and souls into it. And that's certainly how he's feeling. And he wants the best from everyone that's going to be there. And I think that's what it takes. In the team room, you need guys to step up and get everyone else fired up. And I know everyone on that team's excited to play. I mean, I've spoken to Aaron, and he's super excited. Jason Day. So it's going to be a lot of fun, particularly with all these young Australians that are going to be on the team.
Tim, everybody's had their comments or their opinions on Tiger Woods being part of the captain's pick, obviously, for the American side, but I assume being on the international side of the ledger, when you look over and see him on the first tee, it's still going to make you very nervous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've obviously read and heard, the criticisms and the trying to justify his pick, but at the end of the day, the guy's got 14 majors, and him at his not so best is sometimes better than other guys at their best, so it's a tough one, but he's still going to have that intimidation factor to a point, but certainly if he goes out there and plays like he's been playing, guys are going to beat him, so I've just seen the guy enough times to where when he gets fired up and, gets a bit of needle in him, he comes out firing, and I think we've all seen that over the years, so he's still going to be a guy we're going to have to be careful about, but, what can you do? I mean, I think if I was a captain, I'd find it pretty hard to leave him off the team.
Yeah, it'd be a gutsy move not to pick him. Hey, Tim, are you going to bring a putter or anything? I don't know what point you're at. Can you swing the club at all? Are you going to bring your putter to have a putt on the greens I know Greg's planning to, is that, or are you just going to be doing walking and stay right away from any playing?
I'll probably get on the greens and just to see how they're rolling. If it comes to that where guys want some assistance out there. But I know for the most part, guys just want to be sort of left alone and to do their own thing. But no, I definitely want to get a feel for the course and a feel for the greens, and so that if it does arise where someone needs some information, I can be able to help them. So right now, I'm able to putt and get a feel for speed and stuff like that. I'm just sort of not swinging a club right now.
Tim, we really appreciate your time. Just before we let you go, obviously, you might have some free time in Australia. Anything you look forward to doing in Melbourne?
Well, I know the food's pretty good, so I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
A couple chewies and newies and schoonies, whatever you guys like to call them. And, we might catch a concert. I know the Kings of Leon in town that week. But I think in Lee, if this is my parting words, I just want to encourage the fans to get out there and support the event and get behind the international team. I think that's going to be the big difference for us. If we can get the Aussie fans out there to be themselves and their boisterous selves, it's going to help the team a lot. So hopefully the guys get out there and really get behind us.
Really appreciate your time, mate. No doubt the joint's going to be packed. And good luck with the elbow injury. Look forward to you being back out there next year swinging the club, and also a big part of the President's Cup for years to come.
Yeah, thanks. We look forward to seeing you guys.
Tim Clark, he's across it all and live near you, Spency, which I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but no doubt he's onto it. Just quickly, best place to get tickets before it all kicks off in about a week and a bit?
Everybody just goes to PresidentScup.com.
Make sure you do check it out. Matt, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Cam.
History will be made at Royal Melbourne. Don't miss your chance to be a part of it.